Well, a very warm welcome to Walton Hall Park for Everton's Under-21 Premier League International Cup fixture against Athletic Club from Spain. Yeah, it's a game that was held over from October the 25th was the original scheduled date, but due to travel issues for the Spanish side, here we are tonight. And it's a game that the Everton youngsters have been looking forward to. We're bringing you full match coverage, of course, on Everton's official YouTube channel and Kick Channel 2. Team news tonight sees a mixture of youth and experience as far as Everton are concerned. Billy Krellin will start in goal, but we have got Seamus Coleman, Michael Keane and Ben Godfrey all starting in the back four for Everton, with Elijah Campbell moving over to left back. And in terms of the midfield, well, Jensen Metcalfe will anchor the role, the number 6 sort of role, with Sean McAllister, Halajank Pata and Isaac Heath completing the midfield, and Francis Okoronkwo and Lewis Dobbin as well, more experience in attack. And talking of Francis Okoronkwo, he's a 19-year-old striker that Everton captured a couple of years ago, and he is a delighted young man because recently he signed an extension to his contract. Let's hear from him now.
Francis, congratulations on the new deal. Just how pleased are you to have signed this new contract?
Yeah, I'm buzzing just to finally get over the line. Being here since a 16-year-old kid, I just feel like this is a home away from home. I just feel like I've been improving here ever since I've came.
You've now been at the club for just over 2 years, but what are some of the key factors behind your decision to extend your time here?
I just feel like coming here, it's like a family. No one feels out of place, and we're all striving towards the same goal. I just love being here. I love the lads. I love the coaches. Always trying to improve you every day.
And for those who haven't seen you play before, obviously you're a striker, but how would you describe your own style of play?
That's a hard one. I'd probably say a striker who likes to get on the ball, who likes to excite, likes to score fancy goals, but not afraid to do the dirty work, not afraid to work hard, not afraid to put his body on the line for the team. With
the Under-21s, you're coached by Paul Tate. What's your relationship like with him? Because I know you played under him as an Under-18 as well.
I just think with Tate, we have quite a close relationship. Like, I can say whatever I want to him, he can say whatever he wants to me, and I think that's what builds me as a person. Like, as a character, he helps me off the pitch as well as on the pitch, and it's just proven every year, every session, every week I'm getting better under him.
And you're still only 19, but because you played with the 21s last season as well, do you feel like you're kind of a more senior member of that squad now, and do you take a bit more responsibility when you're helping the Under-18s settle in?
Yeah, I feel like towards the start of the season, I feel like we had quite a lot of younger players playing. I just feel like with my responsibility in the team now, I've got to look after them, and that's not going to be perfect straight away, but they're getting there and they're playing well.
And over the past season or so, you've had plenty of training sessions up with Sean Dyche's senior squad. How have you found that, and what would you say are the main challenges when you step up into those sessions?
I think going up originally it was a shock, like the speed, the tempo, the way they play at. It was very hard to adjust, but I feel like after a few weeks in pre-season, I got better, and I want more opportunities with them.
And in those sessions, you'll be playing alongside experienced strikers like Dominic Calvert-Lewin and Beto. Do you feel like you've learned a lot from playing with those strikers, and what do you think you have learned? Yeah,
definitely. I like to watch DCL. Everything he does, I take it as gospel. I love watching him play, and I feel like the one thing he does most is he always helps the team no matter where he is on the pitch.
And after you've had those sessions up with the first team, does that then give you confidence when you go and play with the 21s, either in the league or even in the EFL trophy?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like to get up there, I need to play down in the 21s as best as I can, so it just motivates us.
And for the rest of the season, what would you identify as some of your main targets for the campaign?
See, just to score and assist as much as I can and try and get up with the first team as much as possible.
And beyond that, I know you perhaps take it day by day, but do you have any long-term goals, anything you'd like to achieve over the next few years perhaps?
I'd like to make my debut for Everton, definitely, and score in the new stadium.
Well, Francis Okoronkwo does start tonight in this Premier League International Cup game against Athletic Club from Spain. Let's hear from the head coach, who can confirm that for us, and a few other big names that are going to play tonight here at Walton Hall Park. Here's head coach Paul Tate. Premier League International Cup, Paul, it's a test really for the lads, isn't it?
It is a good test, a different challenge to what we normally face each week. So we're looking forward to the game tonight against Bilbao, yeah.
impressed in this competition last season, topping the group and getting to the quarter-finals. Is that the aim, or to go even further this time?
I think we just want to win each game that comes. You know, heard that before, but we're just taking tonight's game first. You know, it's a different opposition, different challenge. At the moment we're putting different teams out, so we're rotating the players quite a bit because we've got some first team players dropping down. So yeah, we're just looking forward to the game actually.
Well, we've got a mixture of experience and youth today, haven't we? Because we're going to see Seamus Coleman, Michael Keane and Ben Godfrey.
Yes, Seamus coming back from his injury, hopefully he's up to 90 minutes tonight. He's played 2 games for us so far, so hopefully he's 90 minutes and that'll put him a long way to being available for selection for the first team. And then Ben and Keane are dropping down because they want some minutes, so the gaffer drops them down. It's a good competitive game for them, so we're delighted to have them.
Is that something that you liaise with Sean and ensure that they get that fitness level?
Yeah, you know, if the gaffer wants them to play, he'll let us know, and we'll have a conversation about them playing, and it's fine. We're happy to have them. We always encourage the senior players to come and help the younger boys. Not all the time, because obviously we want the younger boys to play, but it's great to have them now and again, just so they get the learning that the older professionals bring.
And we've also got Lewis Dobbin, who's certainly figured in the first team squad this season on a number of occasions, so that's a big help as well.
Yes, Dobbs played for us at Mansfield a couple of weeks ago and was excellent. Again, he's someone who needs minutes, so hopefully he'll be a little bit sharper tonight and get a couple of goals.
And Franny Okaronko, on the back of signing an extension to his contract, he's all smiles at the moment, isn't he?
Yeah, he's always all smiles, frankly. He's a big character. Secured a new contract with him, so good for him, but he needs to put that away and concentrate on his football tonight.
And just finally, I know results have been difficult to come by this season in the Premier League too, but it's not all about results, is it? Are you pleased with the development that you've seen from the lads you've had?
Yeah, absolutely. Like you say, it's not always about results. We all want to win. We want to win every game. Anybody that tells you that is not being truthful. So we want to win every game, but it's not the be all and end all. We've got to see the bigger picture in terms of the lads' development, and tonight is a good game for that.
Well, let's hope you get spurred on by a decent crowd on what looks a great pitch. Windy, but you're used to that, aren't you?
Yeah, we are Finch Farm, so we're used to that. We train in the wind, so no, hopefully the wind stays down and doesn't spoil it. But I have to say the pitch is in excellent condition. The ground staff have done a brilliant job.
Paul, best of luck tonight. Hope it goes well.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Great to hear from the Everton Under-21 head coach. He did mention Jensen Metcalfe, who will play tonight in this game against the Athletic Club from Spain. The central midfielder has certainly impressed this season, so let's have a look at some of his highlights from this campaign so far. Well, a very warm welcome from myself, Alan Irwin, here at Walton Hall Park. Tonight, they host Everton Under-21s, and it's the Premier League International Cup opener for Everton this evening against Athletic Club from Bilbao. This, of course, a game that should have been played late last month, but travel issues, of course, delayed the game. Athletic Club couldn't make it, and here we are tonight for Everton Under-21s against the Spanish outfit, who have already kicked off their campaign with a 1-1 draw at Crystal Palace in late September. So this is Everton's first fixture in the competition, and Everton, of course, have in their group, as well as Athletic, the likes of Monaco, Benfica, Feyenoord, Liverpool, Crystal Palace and Fulham. But this is the first fixture of a competition where Everton fared well last season, reaching the quarter-final stage and eventually losing to the eventual winners, PSV. Well, team news is on the way very shortly, but without further ado, I'm delighted to be joined by my co-commentator tonight, Graham Stewart. Talk about cutting it fine. Evening, Mr. Stewart.
Now, Al, you've got to understand there's always a method in my madness. We're stood about 50 feet up here, the wind's howling at us, and you think I'm going to stand in here half an hour before I get one. I've been in the warm having a nice cup of coffee. Sensible.
Of course, I thought you'd gone to Southport.
No, I'm really not that thick.
Right, it's an interesting Everton lineup tonight. The teams are going to be on the way out very shortly indeed, but we have a mixture of youth and experience, because Seamus Coleman, Ben Godfrey, Michael Keane and Lewis Dobbin are included in the starting 11, Graham.
Yeah, very strong. I mean, that's a huge boost for us, you know, with the game this evening, because I'm sure it'll be a tough test for us. But to have somebody of the experience of Seamus Coleman and the two centre halves, obviously, with Ben Godfrey and Michael Keane, fantastic. And Lewis Dobbin, you know, he's on his night, he can cause all kinds of trouble. So along with the other lads, it's a boost for the younger players as well to have the senior professionals with them.
I know Elijah Campbell is going to switch across to left back, and Jensen Metcalfe is going to play the number 6 sort of role. I know he's played fairly advanced some stage this season, hasn't he, with the absence of Sean McAllister, but of course McAllister is back after injury and included tonight.
Yeah, Sean McAllister's a good player as well, and he's another one with an eye for a goal and likes to be creative. And you know, Jensen can sit there, as you say, Al, in that number 6 role and just sit in front of the back four and mop things up and make it all nice and compact in there.
Well, we don't know too much about the Athletic Club Under-21 lineup, but I can tell you that 7 of those players were over here in England when they had a 1-1 draw with Crystal Palace in late September. So we don't know a lot about them, but obviously they gave Palace a decent game, and they'll be out to impress here tonight, no doubt, in the tricky conditions for them.
Yeah, I mean, it's nothing like it would be in Spain, I can assure you that. So that might be a little bit of a culture shock for them. But yeah, Crystal Palace Under-21s are a decent side as well. So to get a 1-1 draw there just shows you they've got something about them. But it'll be interesting to see what they're like, because it's a bit of an unknown quantity for us, as you said.
Culture shock for me. I was in the Canaries last week as well, and this is nowhere near the temperature.
Do you want me to top you?
Go on. You were in Dubai, weren't you?
I was, yeah.
Yeah. I didn't play golf.
Well, wherever it was nice and warm, put it that way. It is welcome back to England.
Yeah. Well, the team's on the way out. The familiar colours of Everton in their blue and white, and Athletic Club in their red and white striped jerseys and the black shorts. So looking forward to a fixture that, of course, as I say, Everton did well in this competition last season. I know results have been difficult to come by in the Premier League 2 games this season, but it's not all about results for these lads, is it? It's about development.
No, the bigger picture, obviously, is that we want these young lads to go progressing into the first team. That's the most important thing. I mean, I think down the years, you know, it wasn't so long ago that we won Premier League 2 and we won the Premier League Cup as well. Yeah. And then everybody was raving, thinking that we've got the best young players in the country. Yeah. But, you know, it doesn't necessarily work out like that. You know, it's nice for these young lads to start winning games of football and to learn to win. Yeah. And it's always nice to get some silverware. But the bigger picture is we want these young lads to progress into the first team squad.
You can see the substitutes, only 6 named by Athletic Club, but Everton have gone with the 7. We've got Billy Crellin in goal today, so Jack Barrett is on the substitutes bench, but more youngsters amongst the substitutes, so will we see 1 or 2 of those tonight? Well, that will depend on how things fare, of course.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's all about you know, if the players are out there, the 11 that start are doing well, then keep them on the pitch. It's as simple as that. I'm sure Tatey will look to do that. But there you go, the young lads sitting there ready to burst onto the scene if they can at some point.
Well, let's hope we get a good game. Last time out, of course, the Under-21s did have a victory in the EFL Trophy game at Mansfield, so a little bit of a boost in the 1-0 result they got there.
Yeah, it's a good result that as well, because Mansfield have been doing
flying.
well. I'm not sure exactly what side Mansfield put out, I must admit, but whether they rested a few, I don't know. But, you know, to go to Mansfield, who were, as you say, Al, flying at the time, and get a positive result was excellent.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing a few of these lads tonight. OK, we know a lot about the experienced first team boys that are on show in Coleman, Keane and Godfrey, but Francis Okoronkwo, who's going to play up front, of course, has just signed a new contract as well, so he's full of smiles. But Paul Tate said he's always full of smiles. Yeah,
well, I mean, he should be. He's playing football for a living. I mean, that's enough to make anybody smile, surely. It's the best way to earn a living you can possibly get. And I was just going to say, I've just been in there talking to Sean Dice, the manager, obviously, as well. He's here tonight, so the lads all know that. Ian Wone's alongside him as well, so good opportunity for the lads, certainly around the first team, to impress.
Well, our live stream on EvertonFC.com's YouTube channel this evening, along with the official kick channel as well, and we are underway here at Walton Hall Park. Not a massive turnout, but it's a cold, breezy night as Everton attack from left to right as we look in this first half, with the ball steered back to Gastesi in the Bilbao goal. Shouldn't call them Bilbao anymore. They like to be known as Athletic Club,
Athletic.
Don't they? Yeah, I think they dropped the Bilbao name some time ago, really.
Well, famously managed as well by our greatest ever manager, Howard Kendall.
Yeah, indeed. When they were certainly known as Athletic Bilbao. Seamus Coleman with the header. And hooked away back towards the halfway line, and Lopez trying to hold it up but couldn't do so as far as Athletic are concerned. Coleman trying to win it again. I think he's hoping to get through 90 minutes tonight, Seamus Coleman, in preparation for maybe inclusion in the first team squad at the weekend.
Yeah, that would be nice for Seamus, because he's been out a while now. He's our captain. He's such a good player as well, and he's the kind of figure that we want on the pitch, especially against the likes of Manchester United. It's probably too early for him to obviously start that game, but certainly to be in and around the squad will be a big boost for everybody.
Palacios down the left-hand side just tried to push that ball forward to the aptly named Bilbao, who wears the number 11 jersey, but behind for an Everton goal kick. You've seen more of the Under-21s than I have this season, Graham, but Billy Crellin in goal tonight. The goalkeepers, I think 3 have been used so far this season.
Yeah, they have. Yeah, there's been a good few, but Billy gets his opportunity tonight, and he's done really well for himself as well. He's a good size, Billy. Good athletic goalkeeper as well. Excuse the pun, athletic. But no, he's done all right for himself, Billy. So it's a good opportunity for him to be to show what he can do over the course of the 90 minutes.
Just in terms of that Everton lineup, it is Ben Godfrey on the right side of that back four, with Michael Keane as the left-sided centre-back. Campbell playing at left-back tonight. And here's an opportunity maybe for Okoronkwo, and he got his shot away very quickly. He needed to, and it was struck well, but unfortunately straight at goalkeeper Gastesi, who pushed it behind for the corner. Yeah,
it was a really good opportunity for Okoronkwo there. I mean, it's a poor ball played into the middle of the park there. He's laid back there and he's missed his touch, and the ball gets played straight to Okoronkwo. Not the greatest first touch you've ever seen in your life, but good enough to for the ball to just sit up for the half volley. And perhaps he should have put it in the back of the net as the corner comes in.
Corner comes in and is headed away as far as the edge of the penalty area, but Isaac Heath got underneath it a bit, but it is to be another corner. Took a touch on the way through.
Yeah, it was a good early pass to him from Jank Patter as well, who saw Okoronkwo early.
Yeah.
And if you're really being super critical, probably the first touch killed him a little bit. He's a touch nearer the goal, and he could have slotted that away. But first chance of the game falls to us.
Yeah. 3 minutes in, Jensen Metcalfe to take this corner for Everton. Another one who's really impressing of late. Metcalfe's left-footed delivery is curling. The goalkeeper opted to punch when he really could have caught that, and it was sent back in by Isaac Heath and then just nodded over the crossbar in the end, and the goalkeeper got away with it, really.
Yeah, he did get away with it, and I mean, you see a lot of foreign goalkeepers tend to do that, don't they? Punch, and that's a sign of nervousness for me. So every single time we get a wide free kick or a corner, the message is get it right on top of the goalkeeper.
Yeah, it was Campbell's touch that took it over the bar eventually, but Everton have started well here, and the Spanish outfit have only once so far gone outside of their own half, really, and Everton are coming again with Lewis Dobbin down that left-hand side, deflected into the penalty area, and the goalkeeper confident enough that time to come and smother inside his 18-yard box.
Yeah, the Bilbao players just getting caught out by the wind there, I think, more than anything. The ball wasn't getting out to the right back anything like as quickly as he thought it was, and Lewis Dobbin nicked in, and we nearly had another opportunity.
Here's Ebro using his goalkeeper again, prepared to play out from the back, and it's got them in, well, relative trouble as the ball is played by Sean McAllister out of play. I suppose we should get used to all teams playing out from the back now.
Well, it seems to be the way people have to do it now. I mean, it's kind of like if you're a coach, you're frowned upon if you weren't to do it. But I'll never understand it, because I can understand it if you've got the players to do it and you're good enough to do it. For the life of me, I'll never be able to understand it if you're not good enough to do it. Why do it? Because all it does is give the opposition opportunities.
And an opportunity for Palasin on the right-hand side to get forward for the first time tonight from his right-back berth, and the ball, well, I thought was going to be planted into the penalty area first time, but Everton have got the block, and it is a throw-in fairly close to the corner flag on that far side as we look.
Yeah, it was a good tackle in the end from Elijah Campbell, but I mean, why in the world they didn't put the cross in, I'll never know. There was no need to cut back. There was the man didn't need to be beaten. The pace was in the pass to him. He could have just whipped a cross in.
And now Everton with a little bit of defending to do, and Michael Keane is doing just that and getting the ball away up towards Okoronkwo, but beyond him, and yeah, it's really holding the ball up as well as whistling through our microphones as well here on the gantry at Walton Hall Park. I think we're used to a breeze or two when we go to Finch Farm, but this is not what I expected tonight.
Yeah, it's not the most pleasant for us now, is it, up here on this gantry overlooking the pitch here. It's a lovely setting, but
yeah, and the pitch is in great condition.
The pitch is in fantastic condition, it really is. I mean, it's great for these young players to get out here and play on such a good pitch. Gives them the opportunity to showcase themselves and what have you, but the wind is definitely going to play a factor here this evening.
Yeah, the Spanish lads probably not used to these sort of conditions. Chance maybe for Isaac Heath down the right, just keeps that ball in play. Nobody in the box yet for Everton. Now Pata plays the ball back for Coleman. Heath just holds it up now, and Metcalfe's ball looking towards Coleman, who'd stayed forward. He's out of play for a throw into the Spaniards.
I think we get in a situation like that down the right-hand side. Once you've played 2 or 3 passes, you've got to then try and come out and go out the other way, really, rather than just go down a blind alley.
Godfrey's header. Real pressure on Bilbao from Godfrey. That's Lewis Bilbao, the number 11. Here's Campbell for Dobbin. He's figured in plenty of first team squads this season. Lewis Dobbin started 1 Premier League game this campaign and 1 League Cup game.
Yeah, big season for Lewis, really. He needs to really try and push on as best he possibly can. There's no doubt he's got some ability about him. I think the one thing with Lewis is you've just got to make sure you get that end product.
Here's Lopez as Athletic work the ball out wide. The ball now to try and defend as Athletic come inside, and Campbell did get a touch on that, and it's picked up well by Everton. Godfrey feeding it into the path of Jan Pater, who's making progress before being halted brought down. Free kick.
Used to be a yellow card back in the day, didn't it?
Little challenge from behind.
Yeah, challenge from behind, pulling his shirt blatantly as well. Could have been a yellow card. But he's done well there, Jan Patter.
Yeah, I think the Spaniards made sure he was going nowhere. Here's Metcalfe. Not a poor ball intended for Seamus Coleman, who's been out of first team action since that injury picked up at Leicester in May. Be great to see him back in action. 35 years of age now, but I suppose with the sports science we have nowadays, Diamond, they can go on a bit better.
Yeah, that's
longer.
right. Well, I mean, look, he's in the twilight of his career, shall we say, Seamus. But there's nothing to say that he can't get another 2 years or so under his belt.
Yeah,
as you say, he looks after himself. He's always been a fit lad, Seamus, as well. And obviously married together with the sports science, as you quite rightly mentioned, Al, there's hopefully an opportunity for him to kick on for another couple of years.
Yeah, you would think so. Athletic pick up possession again via Asensio.
It's a great ball.
Now, problems maybe for Everton. Campbell got back well and ensured the ball didn't get into the penalty area. It is a corner for the Spaniards.
There's a fantastic ball down the line. Palacios, was it there, Al?
Yeah.
Palacios?
Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic ball. I like him already. The look of the right back, he looks decent. He can pass the ball well. He got forward well a little bit earlier on in the game.
Palacin at right back and Palacios were in the number 3. So
all right, well, yeah. I'm going for Palacin.
Palacin.
I'd like a Palace in the warm, actually.
You've had too much of that.
Yeah.
It is a corner, right-hand side. And turned goalwards as well and smuggled away by Coleman in the end. A dangerous moment because the touch took it out of the reach of Billy Krellin, and Coleman put it into touch.
Yeah, it was a big scramble there. The ball, it wasn't a particularly great corner actually, but it found itself into a bit of a scramble situation going across the 6-yard line. Unfortunately, Seamus was there just to clear his lines.
Well, Everton have possession once more. Yank Patter for Heath. Back with Coleman. Now Godfrey and Keane, and Everton just content in possession as McAllister is fouled rather crudely, and that will be a free kick. Let's just have a look at this corner that, as you say, wasn't the best. Went near post and somehow it found its way beyond Billy Krellin. And
yeah, it's a better angle for us to see it here. It's just like ricocheted. I mean, it's
it does.
It's the athletic player who initially gets the touch.
Yeah.
But thankfully for us, Seamus was there to clear it away.
It came off the left boot of Billy Krellin there, so crucial touch. And still goalless, 11.5 minutes in here at a blustery Walton Hall Park. Here's Sean McAllister. Good to see him back from injury as well. And that's long ball. It's always going to be a difficult one tonight in these conditions.
Well, it's going to be a tough one because I mean that's Michael Keane's played that ball with the wind and it's just flown straight over Seamus Coleman's head. It's literally coming right across the pitch, so depending on what side of the pitch you're trying to play it from, you've got to either hit it hard or you're going to have to take a little bit off it.
Yeah, you can see the ball blowing back towards the Everton half. The wind certainly right to left as we look. Throw in for Palacios to take. Palacios again. Steers it in to Dunabayeta. Worked out to that right-hand side again. Campbell's been busy to try and stem that threat, and this time Barry has got past him and into the penalty area for Lopez, and Lopez controlling and playing it out wide again. And that is the delivery, and again in tricky conditions, Billy Krellin's touch is a crucial one.
Yeah, it certainly was, and it was one of those ones that was probably a cross-come shot rather than an out-and-out shot, wasn't it?
It was the number 7 Barry who whipped the ball in.
Yeah, I think he's got one thing in his mind there, and that's to cross it.
Yeah.
But Fortunately, Billy was sharp enough to just tip it behind for a corner.
So another piece of defending for Everton here from this second corner of the game for Athletic Club. And Everton do deal with it. Near post, corner of the 6-yard box. We get the verdict as well in terms of the throw-in in their favour. So
I think the Athletic player was more than a little bit surprised that he's given it to us, but we'll take it, thank you very much.
Well, approaching the quarter of an hour mark. First 15-20 minutes of any game always important. Everton certainly started well, but I think the Spaniards are feeling their way into it.
Yeah, just about finding their feet a little bit. One or two moments, especially down that right-hand side as well, with Elijah Campbell being put back to a left-back position. Sometimes that can be a little bit difficult, just to readjust to your position when you're so used to playing centre-half. And he's a good player, Elijah, as well. But it's just sometimes a little bit difficult when you haven't played there for a while.
Yeah, it's that adjustment, isn't it?
Yeah.
And he's got certainly experience alongside him to coach him in the role, you would feel.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Michael Keane, you would think, would be making sure he's talking to him at all times, helping him along. That's the job of senior players out there, to cajole the players and help them out.
Athletic in possession. Here's Ebro. Lopez. Bilbao, I should say, caught from behind. Well, he certainly felt he was. The referee has stopped the game. I don't think he gave the free kick.
No, he didn't. The referee certainly didn't give the free kick. I mean, it was a fair challenge from Ben. He might have just caught him a little bit with the follow through, but there was no intention in it at all. A little bit dramatic from Bilbao.
And the referee has restarted the game with the Athletic Club in possession. Here's Dona Baeta for Palacian, and back to goalkeeper, who's made one decent save so far. Okoronkwo's early effort pushed behind for the corner. Now Seamus Coleman steals possession, gets a ball early towards the penalty area, but unfortunately it was just behind. Okoronkwo was making his way into the 18-yard box.
Yeah, it was well read from Seamus Coleman there. He just read the pass and just got himself into an advanced position, tried to find Okoronkwo, but as you say, out just slightly behind him. But I've got to say, if you're our centre forward, I think you've got to do a little bit better there as well.
Yeah, Coleman was sharp. Here is Bilbao. Goes to ground, gets the free kick to the dismay of Metcalfe.
Yeah, I think Metcalfe felt he won the ball, and I think he's quite right to think that as well. Soft free kick for me.
Bilbao leaves it, and it looks like it will be taken by Asensio. Well, free kick was awarded. You make your minds up.
Soft one for me, but opportunity that for Athletic. We've got to make sure we defend this well.
Well, Palacios just planted it towards the edge of the 18-yard box, and Everton were able to deal with it comfortably.
Well, what a waste! What a waste that was.
Yeah, I'm sure their coach will be saying exactly that.
I mean, you've got to take the opportunity. If you can get it in the box, just why would you try and play a short free kick? Just get the ball in the box. Yeah. Cause trouble.
Out for Bilbao on this left-hand side. Picked up by Asensio. Pushed away by Metcalfe, and McAllister calmly uses Godfrey. Keane. Campbell for McAllister. Always seems to be available in that position. Now, Barry on the right. Little spell of possession for Athletic Club. They've certainly weathered the early Everton storm, if we could call it that.
Oh, it's becoming a storm now, I think. It's. I'm sure that wind's picked up in the last few minutes.
Here's Palacios
poor ball
giving
chance.
the ball away. Coleman Reddick got there first, fended off his man in the process, and Everton are on the counter. The ball forward towards Pater, didn't find him. He's battling to win it back and can't do so. And Rego, the skipper, comes away with it. Now Lopez has got it out wide for Barry, who's inside the penalty area on his dangerous left foot, and well held by Billy Crellin, got down quickly to ensure he held on to it.
Yeah, he's probably been their most lively player, Barry. No doubt about that. A good opportunity for him again. He picks the ball up on that right-hand side, and this time he's got no other thought other than to go forward and attack. Gets it onto his left foot and gets a strike towards goal. But as you say, Billy Crellin, it was relatively comfortable for him in the end.
Yeah, one he would have expected to save, really.
Yeah.
Here's Ben Godfrey, who's not had much playing time at all this season. Just figured in the one Premier League game as a substitute and started a League Cup game.
Yeah, it's tough as well, you know, if you're not playing games, it's very, very hard to maintain your match sharpness. It really is. I mean, you can do all the training in the world, but everybody who's played football knows that you need to get up to match speed and match fitness, and it's a totally different thing to being fit, is being match fit.
Yeah.
And sharp and what have you, but
which is why we so often see players go out on loan, of course, to get regular first-team football, get those minutes week in, week out.
Yeah, I mean, especially with the younger players. I mean, if, as we say, the development for the younger players is to get them into our first-team squad. If it helps them to go out and play regular football and recognise, you know, a different league, a different way of playing, perhaps, all adds to the experience. Chance for Bilbao breaking down the left-hand side.
And it is Lewis Bilbao who puts the ball into the penalty area, but it was beyond Barry, who was coming in from the right-hand side. And the ball is with Crellin inside his 18-yard box. But we have to remember, of course, that not everybody can play when you talk about
yeah.
You know, you've got to push and work for a start, haven't you, in first team football?
Yeah, I mean, in the main you're looking at pretty much a 25-man squad, aren't you? So
yeah,
you know, you can only pick 11, so it's a tough job for the manager to keep everybody happy more than anything.
Here's Keane, Campbell, Dobbin coming to pick up possession a little deep inside his own half, but I think that can happen when you've not seen a lot of the ball. Go hunting for it. Here's Metcalfe, assessing his options. Short for Coleman. Coleman's ball over the top, but you can see the wind has taken it out wide as Okaronko chased that.
It really is a really stiff breeze now, and it is definitely affecting the game.
Unfortunately, I think they're the worst conditions for footballers, aren't they? The dreadful wind that won't subside.
Yeah, you pretty much take anything but the wind, wouldn't you?
Now here's Lewis Dobbin, plenty of red jerseys around him, but prepared to go alone and almost all the way into the 18-yard box.
It was good positive play from Lewis Dobbin there, picked it up in a more central position there that time. As you mentioned, Alan, he's tucked in, hasn't he, a little bit, trying to find the ball. Perhaps feels that being stood out there, he's just not seeing much of it, so he's taken it upon himself to get himself more centrally, and that was a good... That last little touch he needed.
And the ball out of play once more on this near side. Everton's throw into the penalty area. Okaronko tried to turn, he's been penalised in the process. And it's a free kick for the visitors at the midway point of this first half. Everton 0, Athletic Club of Bilbao 0.
Yeah, halfway through, as you mentioned now, and you'd have to say it's a relatively even game as it stands. This is just a Lewis Dobbin opportunity here. Nice and positive. I mean, he just tried to knock it to the right-hand side of the defender and run round the left-hand side of him, but unfortunately for us, the defender just about did enough. But he can be dangerous. That's when he's at his most dangerous, Lewis, when he gets the ball and just decides to run at players.
Free kick inside the 18-yard box of Athletic. And forward towards Lopez, but well won by Godfrey, made that his. Ensured he was going to win that duel. Here's Ebro, back for Donovaeta and out wide for Palacian. Bari down that right. Palacian continued his run, and the driven cross into the side netting, again probably affected by the conditions.
Yeah, again, right hand side, Palacian and Barry down that right hand side. Good combination, the pair of them. That's been their most fruitful area for certain. Athletic.
One for Godfrey to deal with. Decent control inside his own penalty area. Wasn't fazed by the conditions. Here's Coleman. Well over 400 first team appearances for Seamus Coleman. And itching to get back in the frame. Keane goes long. Okaronko in a battle with Dorobaeta, but back to the goalkeeper from the centre-back.
Yeah, I'm just looking at it. I mean, Okaronko, I mean, don't get me wrong, it wasn't the greatest ball up to him, but he's a big lad, Okaronko. For me, he's got to physically bully the centre-half a bit more than he's been. He's the one getting bullied at the moment.
Yeah, 19-year-old Francis Okaronko, who signed that extension to his contract. This takes him through to the end of June of 2026. A mistake here is picked up by Isaac Heath, who, well, tried to get a shot away. It was blocked and cleared eventually. But another mistake from Athletic almost allowed Everton in.
Yeah, Isaac Heath there, obviously, would have got a good opportunity from the error that you talked about, Al. We'll see it just about here. It's a poor ball. I don't know what he was trying to do there, the midfield player. Isaac, he tries to get his shot off, but in fairness, the defender got back.
Yeah, got back to rectify his mistake, I think. So Everton's throw, Coleman to take. Nothing from it as far as Everton are concerned.
Yeah, a little bit disappointing not to get anything out of that.
Let's just have a look at this mistake from the skipper, I think it was.
Well, he's kicked it against himself.
Yeah.
And Heath maybe should have got his shot off a little bit quicker. But you've got to say, in fairness to the captain, he rectified his mistake, as you mentioned, Al, got himself back.
Yeah. Ball running out of play has so often been the case in this first half with the strong wind. Sorry to keep referencing it, but it is having an impact on proceedings.
Well, I'm sure the listeners can probably hear it in the background anyway, Al, I would guess, because it really is howling up here.
Yeah, whistling through the microphones high on the gantry here at Walton Hall Park. And opposite us we can see the banners, Come On You Blues, the Everton banners. And a number of supporters in that stand. Not as many as Everton would have liked, but nevertheless.
It's the best spot to be though, isn't it?
Yeah, away from the wind.
Away from, yeah. We're in the worst spot, they're in the good spot.
Let's move the gantry to the other side. Campbell's ball forward. It's found its way through to Lewis Dobbin. Dobbin checks inside, goes past his man, and still has it. Lewis Dobbin, good work from him, but the final layoff when he was looking for Yang Pata didn't come off.
Yeah, he was just trying to play a little 1-2 with him, I think, there, but the ball was cut out. It's a shame. I think we've got to try and get him on the ball as much as we possibly can.
Yeah, he does look a threat.
Yeah, he is lively, Lewis, when he gets going.
Ben Godfrey. And Michael Keane. Again, another who's been shorn of first team football this season. But tell you what, Jared Branthwaite will be a difficult man to shift.
Very much so. I mean, I think Jared's been the find of the season, really, so far for us. He's been absolutely outstanding since he's come back into the side.
Captained the England Under-21s at Goodison Park last night. I did the interview with Lee Carsley on Monday, and he was full of praise for Jared Branthwaite. And he said he watched him over in Holland last season at PSV, said did really well. and he's developed into a fine young footballer, still only 21, of course.
Well, we touched on it earlier on, didn't we, about, you know, players having to go out and, you know, sometimes go to a different country, learn a different culture and the way football's played, and it's certainly done Jared the world of good. There's no doubt about it, because he's come back a totally different player in some respects, full of confidence. Tell you what, he surprised me as well, how quick he is. He's really quick.
A two-footed footballer as well. I know he plays on the left side of the defence alongside Tarkowski, but he's equally adept with both feet.
Yeah. Well, he's just got to keep his head down and do what he's doing, Jared, because when you're playing as well as he does, you're playing week in, week out, that's for certain. And it's nice to have a good partnership there with James Tarkowski, who again has been outstanding for us.
Were you at Goodison last night?
I wasn't at Goodison last night, no, unfortunately. I was
21s, no.
jet lagged.
Don't blame you. No. Catch up. Get the clock on the right time zone. Here's Godfrey. Young Patter. Approaching the half-hour mark here at Walton Hall Park. Still goalless, but intriguing nevertheless. Certainly in these conditions, as McAllister's touch takes the ball through to the opposition goalkeeper.
Yeah, there's not been too much goal-mouth action, has there, in terms of goalkeepers making saves. I mean, still the best chance of the game so far was early on, wasn't it, to Okoronkwo? Yeah. But the goalkeeper made a pretty good save. Other than that, Billy Krellin saved one, but it was comfortable. Other than that, we haven't had too much goal-mouth excitement, shall we say.
There is time yet. Here's Godfrey. Into feet for young Patter, who's controlled that well.
Yeah, good touch.
Brings in McAllister. Now Campbell. Dobbins ahead of him, but Campbell goes inside to use Sean McAllister again. Now Godfrey. Decent touch from Isaac Heath. Coleman drills it across central. It does find its way through to Lewis Dobbin, fortuitously I think. And Dobbin brings in young Patter. Now Isaac Heath. Heath across and central once more for McAllister. Campbell. Decent spell of possession for Everton, but no threat as yet.
Yeah, I mean, credit the athletic players as well, because they've got themselves back in a real good shape, and they're hard to break down. They're working their socks off, the Bilbao lads.
Yeah, you can certainly see the formation that they're operating, and it's working well for them so far. And there's another misplaced ball just behind the run that Seamus Coleman had made.
It's just a shame. We've got some decent build-up plays. Just that final third, we need that extra little creativity, a little bit of magic from somebody, just to try and unlock the door.
Yeah, let's hope somebody has the key to earn Everton a victory tonight and get off the mark in this competition in fine fashion. A few more European teams to play, and they'll all be on Everton's home patch as Dobbin makes his way into the penalty area, and the unfortunate touch off him takes it behind for the goal kick.
Yeah, again, positivity from Lewis Dobbin on that left-hand side. He's trying to take players on, and I always give him credit for that. But ultimately, it's just that final ball, that little final bit. Can you just...
But he's had a couple of these runs, hasn't he?
He's had a couple of them, yeah, but this is what I'm saying. He's looking dangerous, he really is, but ultimately you've got to produce that end product, haven't you?
Yeah. And as you say, prepared to take players on. Hopefully he gets his reward at some stage. Here's the last of those runs.
Yeah, I mean, again, just uses his pace. I mean, defenders hate you running at them. It's just as simple as that. But unfortunately for that occasion, it bounced off Lewis's shins and out harmlessly for a goal kick.
Palacios couldn't control, just kept in play. No, not the case. Bilbao couldn't keep it from crossing the line, and it's an Everton throw-in. Seamus Coleman. Metcalfe. Turned away from two athletic players easily enough. Here's Campbell for Dobbin. Campbell's gone ahead of him. Now McAllister. Turning into trouble. Lopez has it. Gets it back from the skipper. Lopez once more. out wide is Bari. As the wind whistles yet again. Ebro's ball for Palacios. Captain Rego has it back to use his centre back once more.
Again. Yeah.
Metcalfe turns well. Godfrey. Now Pata. Godfrey again. Now that's a decent ball for Coleman. Now Isaac Heath. No real support out wide. Young Pata has it. Everton keeping the ball on the deck sensibly at the moment. And Godfrey does play one high, and that's the result, through to the goalkeeper.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'd like to see a little bit more movement up front from us. I mean, we're a bit static. You know, it's all well and good keeping the ball, but in that final third, there's no creativity there. It's only really Lewis Dobbin who's had a go or looked to create anything. Need a little bit more in that final third.
Yeah. Is that about players being brave, maybe, and taking responsibility?
Yeah, I think you have to. You know, that you've got to recognise that your job, if you're a wide man, your job's to get crosses in the box and to take people on. You know, if you're a centre forward, you've got to get around centre halves and make their life a misery. It's a little bit too comfortable for them, for my liking.
Yeah. That was Dobbin again, coming in central and having a crack at goal from distance. It was blocked, but Everton have possession once more. Here's Heath and Coleman. Coleman's ball didn't find its way through to Okoronkwo, but Heath trying to get the better of Palacios and failing to do so. Throw in on this near side.
I mean, you look at the two wide men we've got. We've got Isaac Heath playing on the right-hand side. Now, he doesn't possess the pace of a Lewis Dobbin, but he's got to be clever enough to get on the ball and demand that Okoronkwo makes angles for him so he can play little 1-2s off him. Lewis Dobbin's just got brute pace, so he doesn't so much need the centre-forward to help him out, but somebody like Isaac Heath does. But he's got to demand that his centre-forward gives him a better angle.
Yeah, he's got to have those options,
correct,
hasn't he? Yeah.
Correct.
Here's Palacios for Ebro. And Dunabayeta here on the ball. Tried to push it out wide and Dobbin was in the way. Out wide it goes again towards Bari, but didn't reach him. 0-0 inside the final 10 minutes of this first half. Ebro. Heath cuts out the pass from the Athletic skipper, and here's Dobbin prepared to take men on again. He's got himself into the penalty area just. McAllister picks up the loose ball and has a crack at goal. It was on target, but straight at the keeper.
Yeah, Sean just took a chance there, didn't he? Swung his left foot, but very comfortable for the goalkeeper. But it's that man Dobbin again with his positivity. I mean, he's causing one or two scary moments for these defenders, and that fortunately the ricochet then fell to McAllister. But again, at least he's having a go, Lewis.
Yeah, he's Everton's standout performer in this first half in terms of certainly trying to pose a threat on the Athletic goal. Here's Keane. Campbell. Now Dobbin out wide. McAllister and Dobbin again. Campbell. McAllister, left edge of the 18-yard box, and wins Everton a corner. That was better football.
Took the words right out of my mouth, Al. I was just going to say exactly the same thing. Better football down that left-hand side, a bit more movement and runs off the, off the back of the defence as well. Found McAllister on the left-hand side. He whipped across him, but the result is Metcalfe has a corner for us, so hopefully, after we saw the goalkeeper punch the first one, we take it short.
We take it short. Maybe now into the penalty area. Well, there's going to be another Everton corner. Maybe this one will be floated in to put the goalkeeper under pressure.
Yeah, I mean, I think when when I mentioned the first one where the goalkeeper, when he could easily have thrown his cap on it, decided to punch it, put the ball under his nose, get around him.
Well, as is the norm nowadays, every man back for the opposition. Athletic Club have got every man inside the 18-yard box, and it's whipped in dangerously, and the touch from McAllister, I think it was, took it over the crossbar.
Yeah, it was a great ball in, absolutely fizzed in. It only needed the slightest glance. If anything, we got too much on it there.
Yeah, hit with pace. The corner was delivered well, as you say.
Yeah, any slight touch from a corner with that much pace on it, using the wind as well.
Goalkeeper dallying there. He was closed down by Okoronkwo, and he left it dangerously late to get the ball away. And now Everton have picked up with Seamus Coleman. Heath had a moment of space, being closed down now, but still has it. Heath's ball in towards Okoronkwo. Coleman had stayed inside the penalty area. The ball hasn't found him, but Dobbins trying to retrieve. And Lopez now for the Spaniards, and the referee has awarded a free kick in their favour.
Yeah, got slightly fortunate there, Athletic Club. Good chance there. That was better from Okoronkwo as well there, getting hold of the ball, was like backing into the defender. Just tried to slide the ball across to his teammate there, but it didn't work. But better hold-up play from him.
The touch takes it out for an Everton throw on this near side as we approach the final 5 minutes, plus any stoppage time at the end of this first half.
Just looking round, trying to find somewhere to get some cover. and there isn't
any. None whatsoever. Ball's drifting out of play, but Okoronkwo prevented it from crossing the line and did well, and now plays it across the face of the penalty area. McAllister, Dobbin in space, great finish, and he is the man that has deserved that goal. Everton lead, and Dobbin's strike is an excellent one into the bottom corner of the Athletic net.
It was an excellent finish from Lewis Dobbin, and good build-up play. Okoronkwo on the right-hand side here, much better from him, holding players off, bullying them on the right-hand side here, slides the ball across to McAllister, and he played the perfect pass with the perfect weight for Lewis Dobbin to just walk onto it. Here we go. Look, this
looked like it was going out.
It looked like it was done really well from Okoronkwo there. That's what we want to see from him. When you've got a talented boy like he is, these are moments we want to see more often. And Sean McAllister just puts the perfect time in ball, and Lewis Dobbin does the rest. And like you say, Al, he's been our best player and he deserves it. Yeah,
good awareness from McAllister as well. He knew exactly where Dobbin was and available. And it was a good first-time finish.
It was a really good finish. Absolutely no chance for the keeper. And a good time to score just before half-time.
Indeed. Inside the final 5 minutes of this first half, and Lewis Dobbin opening the scoring here at Walton Hall Park this evening. Everton 1, Athletic Club 0. And what will their response be? We will see. Here's Godfrey. And Keane. As you say, Billy Crellin's been relatively untroubled throughout. It'll be interesting to see whether there's any change in terms of wind direction or how Everton play the second half, because the wind is blowing predominantly across, I suppose, and
yeah, right in our faces is what you mean to say, Al. Yeah, I think there's only one possibility, that it's going to get stronger and stronger more than anything. Right, I can't see it calming down.
Coleman takes the free kick short. And Coleman again, prepared to get inside the opposition half. Okoronkwo's ball was just behind McAllister. Looked promising for a moment.
It did look promising. He just didn't pick out the right pass there, Okoronkwo, because Sean McAllister was bursting through, and if he could have just held the ball up and timed his pass properly, McAllister was going to be in there.
Here is McAllister laying it off for Campbell. The Everton goal scorer Dobbin gives it back to Campbell. Keane using the goalkeeper Krellin. Godfrey's ball into feed for Yang Pata. Everton keeping possession, making the Spaniards work.
Oh, I don't know
Up
about
into that ball, given away by Metcalfe, and that will be a free kick for the Athletic Club as Barry was brought down.
Yeah, got away with that a little bit there because it was a good foul, shall we say. Metcalfe put in there on Barry because that could have been dangerous for us. No need for that either, really. And we've got, play the game. Run the clock down. You've literally got a minute and 20 seconds. You don't need to be making forcing the play and making mistakes. Just play your percentages.
Get into half-time with this lead intact. Well, there's a three-man wall being positioned. It's a long way out, this. Good 30 yards. And a couple of players are lining this up. Maybe the skipper. No, it's it's delivered high over the crossbar. No trouble whatsoever for Billy Krellin. I think it was Palacios that struck it in the end. In fact, it was Lewis Bilbao.
Yeah, Bilbao, the left footer. It's
way off target.
Way off. High, wide and handsome, as they say.
So approaching half-time, here's Dobbin, brilliant turn. Excellently done, and he's off and away. Okoronkwo making his way into the penalty area. The ball's just too far ahead of him, and he was offside anyway.
Yeah, it's disappointing in the end, really, because Lewis has just overhit the pass. Okoronkwo had just mistimed his runners anyway, so all in all, it looked a really promising situation, and we were victims of our own downfall there, really.
Well, just the 1 minute of stoppage time to play at the end of this first half, and Everton have the 1-goal lead. Here is Lewis Bilbao on the ball for Athletic Club. Palacios ahead of him, but Bilbao trying to wriggle his way through 2 or 3 blue jerseys and fails to do so in the end as Everton come forward now with Heath, fed by Metcalfe. On it goes towards Okoronkwo. He couldn't shake off the defender. Bayeta came across and did his job.
Yeah, he did it. He did it well as well, the defender. Just shuffled Okoronkwo out the way.
Metcalfe. Final seconds of this first half. Stoppage time. Lewis Dobbin, the goal scorer, has played it in just too far ahead of McAllister. The referee has a quick look at his watch and says that will do. Half-time here at Walton Hall Park. A very blustery Walton Hall Park, as you can hear through our microphones. Everton started the game well. Okoronkwo with the early strike at goal, but it's Lewis Dobbin that made the breakthrough approaching the 40-minute mark, and a fine finish it was too after the ball laid into his path by McAllister after good work from Okoronkwo. And Lewis Dobbin, a deserving goal scorer. Everton leading 1-0.
Yeah, very much so. That man in the picture there, Dobbin, as he goes off to get a well-earned 15-minute rest after a good performance in the first half. As I said, he was the most positive player out there for us, and he certainly deserved his goal, and it was a fantastic finish after, as you say, a decent slide rule pass to him from Sean McAllister.
So let's have a look at some of the main highlights from this first half, which sees Everton going in at the break with the advantage. The first chance came as early as the 3rd minute, and it was Francis Okoronkwo with the volleyed effort as the ball sat up for him nicely, but his effort was pushed away comfortably by the goalkeeper. It was a decent save, really. It was a mistake that led to the chance. So following that, Bilbao worked their way into the game, and the corner that was played in from the right-hand side came off the right boot of the Everton goalkeeper Krellin, and Coleman managed to clear.
Yeah, we just see it here, don't we? That Barry just gets in front of the defender there, and the keeper actually makes a very good save.
So that was still goalless at that stage, but as we hit the 40-minute mark, it was Okoronkwo's strong, persistent, and his strength that really kept Everton in possession, and he took his time, laid it sensibly into the path of McAllister, and his layoff superbly finished. by Lewis Dobbin.
Outstanding finish from Lewis Dobbin, and a really good weighted pass. Good initial work from Okonronko. Sean McAllister knows Dobbins on the outside of him, plays the perfect weighted pass. Lewis Dobbin walks onto it, and it's a very, very good finish as well. Keeper, no chance, and that puts us up 1-up at half time.
So satisfactory as far as Everton are concerned at half time. Everton leading by 1-0 at the break. Full second half coverage, of course, coming your way. So we've got a couple of interesting videos for you to keep you amused during the interval. Bramley-Moore Dock is coming on superbly well, isn't it? The blue seats are being installed in the upper tiers. So let's have a look at the latest developments at Everton's new stadium.
Nice first touch by Iwobi. Looking for the help from somewhere. Good ball. Katia Kiyate. Chance. Kiyate finds the back of the net. Wonderful moment for the youngster. Wonderful celebration as well. And we have the first goal of the summer, and it's gone to Katia Kiyate.
Right, teams back out. Welcome back inside Walton Hall Park. Paul Tate, you can see, making his way over from the tunnel area and to the coaching area on this near side. Just below us on the gantry, Alan Owen and Graham Stewart, your commentary team here this evening. And a change having been made has seen Unai Eglias has come on for the opposition. Easy enough for me to say.
I thought you were saying Julio Iglesias then.
It is going to be Everton to get us underway for the second half. No changes from the Everton perspective. It's as you were. And Everton get us underway, rolling the ball back to Michael Keane, who sends it out wide on the left-hand side, where Everton can't keep it in play. So, Lewis Dobbin's goal, the difference between the two sides.
Yep, and what a good goal it was. Excellent finish from Lewis Dobbin, as we mentioned in the first half. The brightest spark for us on the pitch. Let's see, hopefully he can maintain that form second half.
Yep. Defending for Michael Keane to do as he sprints across to ensure he got the better of Lopez. And here's Metcalfe. Keane again. Campbell. And Lewis Dobbin. Everton keeping the ball, but back inside their own penalty area. Keane. Campbell. Campbell have the wind in his face, I think, in the second half down
Certainly
here.
Will.
Lewis Dobbin, and yeah, slightly different perspective for them from that they were dealing in the first 45 minutes.
See, it's at times like this I've taken so much stick about my hairstyle over the years, Al, and this is exactly the reason why I put so much gel in it.
Well, you and me together, yeah. Yeah. Here's Keane. That's a good ball out wide for Dobbin. Dobbin again, positive across the face of the penalty area, and a curling effort. A couple of yards wide maybe in the end, but again, he's making things happen.
Yeah, I think he's actually quite enjoying coming off that left-hand side as well. He's a naturally right-footed player, but he's using his pace and he's going down the line, and then he's cutting inside and just getting himself half a yard. You could see what he was trying to do. He was trying to find that bottom corner and bend it round at the goalkeeper's net there, but again, he's the brightest spark on the pitch.
Yeah, worked it well, and say a couple of yards wide in the end, maybe a yard and a half or so, but good effort from Lewis Dobbin. Positive run once more from the Everton goal scorer tonight. Everton 1, Athletic Club 0 in tricky conditions, and here's Palacian down the right using Bari again, and Bari taking his turn to be positive and venture into the penalty area, and was halted well, but I think he wanted a free kick there, maybe a bit more. He's back on his feet.
Yeah, I think that'll be interesting to see if we get another opportunity to have a look at that, but again, just like Lewis Dobbin's been our brightest spark, Bari has definitely been theirs.
Here is Dobbin on the ball. Campbell. McAllister getting it back for Keane. Well, it's a dangerous ball out from Billy Krellin. Put Metcalfe under a bit of pressure, but he's extricated himself out of the position well. And here's Okoronkwo turning well.
Free kick.
And he's got a free kick.
That's good play. That's better centre forward play. Get hold of the ball.
Let's have a look at this opportunity that the Spaniards thought they'd had. It was outside the penalty area, but did Metcalfe get anything on the ball?
I mean, it's difficult to tell from it. This will be a better angle for us. Oh, he's just about got enough of the ball for me there, Al.
It's a tight one.
It was.
And Everton got the benefit of the doubt. Here's Lopez for Athletic. Ball just stayed in play on this near side, and I think Dobbin's done well to keep it in play once more. He might have taken the free kick, but positive once more from Lewis Dobbin. Played on by Patter. Here's Heath. Coleman's made a run into the penalty area. Furthest man forward for one moment there, Seamus Coleman. And Heath forced out wide, and eventually it's a throw in for the opposition.
Situation like that, I mean, Jank Patter's he's 10 yards off Isaac Heath. He should be running right up behind him, screaming at him. Just all he's got to do is roll the ball back, and Jank Patter can whip a crossing. Got to talk to each other on the pitch.
Yeah, it was an opportunity really for Everton. Failed to capitalise or make the most of it. Here's Campbell. Everton in possession with Michael Keane. Be interesting to see whether the likes of Keane and Godfrey play the full 90 minutes. I think Seamus Coleman will want to see it through.
Yeah, well, I don't see any reason why the two lads wouldn't play the whole of the 90 minutes if that's what the manager's wish is, because we don't play till Sunday for a start. It's not like they've played a load of football, and there you see the manager in the picture there.
Yeah.
Overlooking everything, seeing the young players who are trying to impress him. Obviously Dobbin would have impressed him tonight, but obviously he'll be looking at Seamus especially.
Yeah. So Sean Dyche taking it all in. Everton, of course, back in action, first team wise, Sunday 4:30. Should be quite an atmosphere at Goodison Park.
I think the place will be absolutely bouncing on Sunday for all the reasons we know why and has been discussed over the last few days.
Yep.
And hopefully it just galvanises us as a football club, on the park, off the park. We've got to all push together and pull together, because we've had a kick in the teeth, to say the least. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, well, you know how Everton respond when it's backs to the wall.
Exactly.
Here's Keane for Campbell. Good turn by McAllister, trying to go away from Palacian. McAllister. Campbell again. McAllister still available down that left, and unfortunately it's strayed. Flag offside.
Oh, shouldn't be offside there. Looking across the line there, Sean.
Yeah, I think we often say that's the rest of my coffee just blown all over me.
The effort I've gone to at half time to warm you up, Al, with a nice cup of coffee.
There wasn't much left in it, but it was a dangerous place to leave it.
Well, anything that's not stuck down is going anyway. Simple as that tonight.
Yeah. Soaked. Right. Dobbin. Unfortunately off him and out for a throw into Athletic Club.
Well, he's certainly enjoying his night, Dobbin. He recognises that he's in a nice vein of form. He's got the beating of the defenders. Having a good time of it.
Yeah. Paul Tate directing operations. There's a throw in for the visitors on this. The Everton left, the Athletic right. Throw in for Palacian. Halfway line, and Lopez trying to receive and laid off for Barry, but scrappy phase of possession. Players tussle and battle for possession, and eventually Dobbin gets the free kick.
Yeah, a few little challenges flying in there. But Elijah Campbell, I don't think the centre forward was overly happy with his challenge, but I didn't see anything wrong with it. He just was strong, honest.
Yeah, free kick Everton. Campbell's taking it. And now Keane. Krellin.
I don't like things like that. That wasn't the wind, that was me blowing down the microphone.
That was indeed, as Metcalfe received. Here's Krellin to spray that one out wide, but Heath gets there and then turns it ahead of Coleman. And as you promised, the wind is increasing.
Yep.
Here's Metcalfe for Everton. Keane. Dobbin. Fending off Rego. Fouled by Rego. Free kick. To the annoyance of the Athletic skipper.
Well, Rego's not impressed with the referee's decision there, but in the truth of it is, if you actually look where the path of the ball went, it suggests that it was Lewis Dobbin whose touch was taking it away. If the defender had got enough on the ball would have gone the other way.
Yeah. Metcalfe plays it short for McAllister. Godfrey had to step in. Now finds himself slightly out of position, but working his way back to his centre-back berth. And here's Coleman. Touched on by Heath. Another Everton free kick.
Yeah, getting a little bit scrappy this game at the moment. No real flow to it, is there?
No, we've had 10 minutes of this second half. A couple of the Everton substitutes have gone to warm up. Coleman down that right hand side uses Heath. Coleman continues his run, but that ball is too far ahead of him.
Yeah, just not really that understanding yet is there from Isaac Heath with Seamus Coleman. It's difficult. I mean, they've probably very rarely played alongside Seamus Coleman, and partnerships across the pitch take time.
Yeah, we see Coleman, when he's on first team duty, burst into the penalty area quite often, don't we, on those sort of runs?
Yeah, I mean, the modern day fullbacks, I think they do more attacking than defending these days, don't they?
I saw something on there, I think it was something that's been posted on social media today about a good old-fashioned Everton challenge. It came from Ian Snowden on Manchester United's flying winger back in the day, and it was a red card offence, but he only got a yellow. As they were looking ahead towards Everton Manchester United this weekend, I don't think we'll see too many challenges like that escape with just a yellow.
Well, it's a different game now, isn't it? But Snods he liked to put his foot in, shall we say?
Yeah, now and again.
But he was a proper good player, I'll give him that.
Well, he was totally outpaced in this clip. And,
totally outpaced?
Yeah.
Who was it?
Hauled his man down on the edge of the penalty area.
Oh, I'll tell you what, must have been after his hamstring ops. He keeps telling me he was the quickest person on planet Earth before his hamstrings went.
Well, I think he was caught out of position initially. No surprise there.
I'll let him, you can tell him that, Al.
Here's Barry, can't turn inside of Campbell. Campbell's ball forward will be chased by Okoronkwo and turned back to the goalkeeper, Gastesi. Everton still with this lead intact, but it's been a game of few clear chances. That is a fact.
Yeah, dare I say it, but that one goal just might be enough for us, you know, because I just don't see twos and threes in this game at all.
Yeah, if Everton can stay as composed as they have been relatively in the first half, then they should do the job.
Well, you look at the back four there. You did Ben Godfrey, Michael Keane, Seamus Coleman, and Elijah Campbell. I mean, there's no reason that Bilbao should get too much joy with that experience.
Yeah. And Campbell having to ensure this ball goes behind for the goal kick. Well, the throw in the end, it didn't go behind for the goal kick, so he had to put it out. Rego's ball picked up here by Asensio and given away. Here's Heath trying to get past Palacios, but then slipped in the process, and the throw in quickly taken by Athletic. Everton trying to steal possession again. Here's Okoronkwo, can't keep it. Rego out wide. Here's Barry, faced by Campbell. Barry across the face of the penalty area again, and then the effort from Bilbao. Lewis Bilbao is blocked inside the penalty area. Here's Lopez picking up. Now Barry again, on his right foot this time. Campbell gets the block, and in the end, Everton will have the throw in. But
I think they picked the wrong option there, Athletic. They really did. The captain on the right hand side there was the ball, just to slide it into him.
a couple of changes coming up for Athletic. So making their way off, Asensio and Bitter, and Albonga Menor coming on, and instruction still being barked by Paul Tate from this near side. So 2 changes from the visitors, having also made one at half time. Here's Luis Bilbao, who's knocked that ball in decently for Rego, whose cutback is dealt with initially, and the shot then coming in from Luis Bilbao, and Everton managing to scramble it away in the end. They've got themselves a free kick inside their own penalty area as well, but
well, it's the famous commentator's curse, isn't it? Because the minute I turn around and say, with the experience of the back four, we shouldn't have they won't be giving them too many options, they've suddenly come to life, Athletic.
yeah, beginning to cause Everton a little bit of concern.
Yeah.
Inside their own penalty area.
Yeah, it was actually good play from Bilbao initially. Here's a chance now, Ronco, if he can get hold of this ball.
Well, he's done just enough to lay it into the path of Young Pata, and that's neat footwork from him. Now he brings in Metcalfe. Out wide is Heath. Coleman asking for it, receiving. Seamus Coleman again for Everton. He's continued that run towards the penalty area, but Everton are still in possession. Dobbin eventually losing out, but Everton quickly regain possession of the ball. Godfrey. Coleman. Now Young Pata again, he's got a free kick here.
I think he's just got to be a little bit careful, Lewis Dobbin, that he doesn't tuck in too far across there. I think that situation there, he was literally playing as a centre forward there.
Yeah.
You've got to try and keep your shape a little bit. I mean, don't get me wrong, I totally understand him trying to get in little pockets of space, but you've got to try and maintain your shape as well.
Everton are going to make a change themselves very soon. Roman Dixon is going to come on. We'll wait to see who he replaces.
Well, Roman Dixon's a fullback, so whether that means Seamus Coleman isn't going to play the full 90 minutes remains to be seen, but he's certainly a right back, Roman Dixon, so we'll see in the next couple of minutes what that's going to pan out like.
Here's Lewis Dobbin again, he's got himself a free kick as he's hauled to the ground once more.
Well, it's a silly challenge really, because he'd lost control of the ball, Lewis Dobbin, so there was no real need to make the challenge. Here we go.
He's going to replace Isaac Heath, so maybe Coleman will go further ahead. Well, play down that right hand side.
Well, I mean, Roman Dixon, in fair, you know, he gets himself forward and he's quick, so it wouldn't surprise me if it's just like for like. I can't see Seamus getting pushed forward and Dixon going to right back.
So confirmation of that change, Roman Dixon coming on and Isaac Heath making way. And Everton have a decent opportunity here to put this ball into the penalty area and cause Athletic a little bit of concern themselves at the back. It's Metcalfe who's going for goal. Wasn't a bad idea either. The goalkeeper in the end got across sharply to push it behind for the corner.
Yeah, it's a decent opportunity there actually, because the goalkeeper has tucked right across the other side of his goal and he left that little bit of a gap, and Metcalfe just fancied it, didn't he, just to whip it past that two-man wall, and the goalkeeper had to shuffle across quickly enough.
And final ball then into the penalty area, just headed wide. Yes, that free kick reminded me of one against Everton some years ago in a Merseyside derby.
Yes, I remember that. Gary McAllister.
Yes, yeah. Good block, and throw in again on this near side for Athletic Club. Everton have got Monaco next week in this competition on Tuesday.
Home or away out?
At home.
Right.
I don't think they play any of the
Oh, is it all home?
They play.
I was going to say
they play all the foreign teams at home. Yeah.
Well, I was going to say get Snods to do the home game. I'll do the away leg.
Sounds about right. Yeah, Everton have got the second game of this competition as far as they're concerned. Yeah, Monaco at home on Tuesday the 28th. Feyenoord on the 19th of December, or the 18th of December, is it? 19th. Can't read my writing in this.
Well, I'm not surprised you can't read your writing. It's the smallest writing I've ever seen in my life.
Benfica in January. It's hard to even turn a page in these conditions.
Yeah, that's true enough. Another change.
Another Everton change then. So Callum Bates is coming on here to replace Khalid Jampata. So Callum Bates getting a chance here.
To be replaced by number 16, Callum Bates.
Callum Bates. I've seen Callum play a few times for the 18s, and he's a decent player actually. Got a chance.
Yeah, midfielder. Sort of like for like change. Oh, ball on the gantry. And it is a throw in. Still Everton leading by that first half goal from Lewis Dobbin. 5 minutes before half time. In a game of few chances. In difficult conditions, it has to be said. It's a night where you want the ball on the deck. And Everton are doing just that at the moment, down that right-hand side, and slightly overrun in the end. And an opportunity now for Athletic to counter. And it's a decent run and shot in the end, which is deflected over the crossbar. Krellin not called into action, but tell you what, it wasn't a bad run from the substitute. Gift Isobodo.
Azevedo picks the ball up and he's got one thought, and that's similar to Lewis Dobbin. Drive at the defence, try and get himself half a yard, and he gets a left shoot off.
A left foot shot.
Left foot shot off. My teeth are chattering too much.
He is all left foot, but he did it well.
Yeah, well, he's earned himself a corner.
And here is that corner. And the header straight at the goalkeeper. It came in from Dunabayeta. And he had a little bit of time and space, relatively unchallenged, but the header was straight at Billy Krellin, thankfully. Yeah,
well, one thing's for certain, he shouldn't be getting a free header in that position in the middle of the box, that's for sure. So poor defensively from us, and we get away with it.
Well, they've posed more of a threat in the second half than they did in the first, and we're at the three-quarter mark of the game. And here are the opposition once more inside the Everton penalty area, and it's Isobodo again who's got an opportunity, and the ball came back to him after his initial shot and he was unable to do anything with it.
Yeah, well, I don't think Billy Krellin knows too much about this save. Saves it with his legs. Good centre forward play, lays it off. Well, the ball eventually finds itself to this right hand side and he hits it with his left foot, and I'm not so sure Billy knew too much about it.
You know, scrambling across his goal, really, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Wasn't he? Here's Okoronkwo picking up a loose ball, but just couldn't find the space to operate in and get a sniff of goal, really. Everton couldn't quite capitalise on an athletic error. There have been a few of those. In fact, it's probably a night for mistakes, isn't it, with the conditions that we're playing this game in.
Yeah, you're quite right what you say, Al. All of a sudden Bilbao are starting to offer a bit more than they did certainly in the first half. I mean, they've got nothing to lose, have they? I mean, they're 1-0 down, they might as well go for it.
Yeah, they got themselves a 1-1 draw at Crystal Palace in their opener in this competition. Ball is with Everton and Ben Godfrey. Krellin uses Centre-back Godfrey once more. Just laid off by Dixon out wide, but will be an Everton throw. Lopez. Everton closing down and forcing the Spaniards back to their own goalkeeper.
Yeah, it's good work by Sean McAllister there, closing them down, forcing the ball to be played back to the goalkeeper. Gives everybody a chance to get higher up the pitch as well.
Yeah. And here come Athletic now. Ball into Lopez. Bilbao, I should say, took it in his stride well. Here's Abodo, who's already shown what he can do, and this time tries to get a right-footed ball into the penalty area, and he does get in his side a corner.
Yeah, well, he's been positive from the minute he's come on the pitch, and he's won himself, or his side, another corner. Yeah. And they're starting to ask the questions more than we are.
Well, Everton should hopefully defend this corner better than the last. It's played short, played in by Barry, and then Rego, the skipper, has settled for another corner. So second corner in quick succession for the Spaniards, and it substitutes Manol, who's going to take. Driven into the penalty area, and goalkeeper is still down at the moment. The referee can't really allow play to continue with Billy Krellin on the deck inside his 6-yard box.
Yeah, there's a clash with one of the Athletic players. That
yeah, felt the effects of the challenge, I think.
I think he's got it in the face, hasn't he, or something? Maybe his chest. Maybe he looks a bit winded.
Yeah. Well, the corner was driven with pace. Played the first one short, but the second one was certainly rattled into the penalty area. Let's have a look at how Billy Krellin.
Yeah, I mean, he jumps the attacker there.
This will give us a better view.
He jumps quite high, and Billy can't get above him. There's the clash there. So it's
as he went to punch, I think he's felt the effects after that.
They're a tough lot, the keepers. He's all right.
So back underway on the ball with Athletic Club. Palacios plays it out wide, but well read and picked up immediately by Everton, who got a chance to get themselves forward, and well, they would have done, but for the fact that Dixon was hauled back.
Yeah, I think that's the first yellow card of the night, wasn't it? But you could clearly see what Barry was going to do. He had no intention of trying to catch Roman Dixon. He was always going to pull him back. You could see it straight away.
Wow.
There you go. Clear yellow card.
Indeed. And Everton have got some defending to do, as Godfrey tried to get the ball into the path of Michael Keane, didn't succeed, and Everton have got defending to do here, and Billy Krellin's made that initial save, and then it's Bates who gets the ball away from the 18-yard box. Well, chances are materialising for Athletic.
Yeah, but a mistake there from Ben Godfrey, and the ball finds itself to this right-hand side again, and it's a decent shot and a good save from Billy Krellin.
And now Luis Bilbao calls the keeper into action again.
As I say, you know, they're in the ascendancy, Athletic. You know, we've got to try and stem the attacks from them. You can't keep allowing shots on your goal, because one of them's going to end up in the back of your net.
Yeah, Isabodo with the first one, which was hooked away by Bates, and they had a subsequent effort as well from Luis Bilbao. Confirmation of that yellow card for Barry for the blatant pullback. And Everton have got less than 20 minutes to hold on to this lead. That's how it feels at the moment.
Well, it does, you're quite right. It does feel like we're hanging on a little bit, doesn't it?
Yeah, they've just got the tails up a bit now, the Spanish outfit. Everton, thanks to Lewis Doran's goal, have the advantage. It is a slender one, and here's Palacian. His ball into the penalty area. Moment's hesitation, but cleared by Keane.
Yeah, that's the thing with us at the moment. We can't get our foot on the ball. It's wave after wave of attack from Athletic Club.
Yep.
got to somehow get on that ball and get a few passes and take the sting out of the game a little bit.
Palacios has got himself forward inside the penalty area there, and Billy Krellin was there to smother at the feet of Lopez. So more work for him. He's certainly been a lot busier in this second half.
Yes, that's very true. And all of a sudden, like, we're finding it difficult to get the ball out to Dobbin. Very difficult to gain any kind of momentum in this. See, I don't understand why is the referee giving a free kick?
I don't understand that either.
I don't think he's done anything wrong, the lad. I mean, I'll take it because it's for us, obviously, but I don't understand what he's done wrong.
I mean, years ago that would never be given as a free kick.
If it was anywhere else on the pitch, and somebody blocks somebody kicking the ball, you don't get given a free kick for it, do you?
Goalkeepers, overprotected species. Dobbin's chasing this, so is Palacian, who got there, but picked up by McAllister now. McAllister trying to progress down the left edge of the penalty area. It's broken for Everton, and Dobbin, who's used McAllister well. McAllister might get a shot away here, crowded out in the end. There were enough red and white striped jerseys inside the box to snuff out the danger in the end as far as Athletic were concerned. And now we're going to get a yellow card brandished Everton's way, and Michael Keane.
Was it Michael Keane or Metcalfe, was it? I couldn't work out which one the referee was showing it to.
It looked as though it was heading Michael Keane's way.
Well, the camera's panned in on Michael, so I'm guessing that's where the yellow card's gone.
Yeah, it has indeed. Michael Keane has been booked. And Athletic are getting on with it. And here's the danger man, Isabodo, down the right-hand side, bringing in Rego. The captain plays a little 1-2. And now it'll come in wide from Palacian, and Keane is there to defend. And Everton are having to defend in this second half. Less than a quarter of an hour to play.
Yep, keep looking at that clock, and it's sticking.
Here's Donovaeta. Palacian won't get that. And here's an Everton throw. This is the yellow card that Keane received. Yeah, that was the challenge on Lewis Bilbao.
Yeah. Stuck out his left foot there, didn't he, Michael? Well, not the worst challenge I've ever seen in my life. I'm not sure it warranted a yellow card, but
no.
I suppose it's always the same, isn't it? When they've had one given against them, the referee likes to even it up a little bit, doesn't he?
Indeed. Here's Okoronkwo. Bates trying to smuggle the ball across, and he has, towards Coleman, but again out of play on that far side.
We're struggling to keep hold of the ball, aren't we?
Yeah.
Keep giving the ball away, and then obviously you sat deep again and backs to the wall defending.
Now, Lewis Bilbao for Isabodo. Good little return ball for Bilbao as well, and the cutback as well is cleared by Everton. Dangerous moments once more inside the Everton penalty area, and Lewis Bilbao this time linking up with Isabodo, who's certainly been a threat since his introduction. And here is Lopez getting a shot away. The flag stayed down. He was onside. I
was going to say, it looked for all the world he was offside there, wasn't it?
Yeah, there's no flag on this from this assistant on the near side, and Lopez strikes it wide.
Well, it was a good ball and a very, very good first touch as well, because it was a difficult take for him.
Yes.
You'd have to say he's probably going to be a little bit disappointed in the finish.
Yeah, 21-year-old striker. Keane at the back for Everton to use his goalkeeper in the 6-yard box, and Everton will play their way out. Nicely done. Metcalfe has got it back to Keane. It will go long to Okoronkwo, who's got the task of trying to hold the ball up and bring players in. Well, he's won it back, and he's skipped past Palacian really well. Now, Dobbin. He's forced wide and out of play. Well, it was nice to watch from Okoronkwo.
Well, it was good. He initially lost it, and then, but fair play to him, he wins it back, and he's terrific little shimmy there with right foot, left foot. But you need your centre forward in situations like this as well, when your back's to the wall a little bit. You know, it's such a good out for you as well if you can just get a hold of the ball and try and bring the midfield players into the game.
Yeah, very much so. So heading towards the final 10 minutes here at Walton Hall Park. Everton leading by a goal to nil, but under a fair bit of pressure in this second half from the visitors from Spain. It's certainly been a different second period to what we witnessed in the first half, certainly. Everton struggling to create in this second half, certainly. Not sure the wind is the major factor in that.
No, I don't think it's a factor. I just think the Athletic Club have been a lot better in this second half.
Well, Bari is going off, and Vikandi is coming on. Aymar Vikandi is the replacement for Bari, who was a little bit of a threat in the first half.
Yeah, he's sort of fizzled out a little bit, hasn't he? I mean, he's moved over to the left-hand side. Maybe that had something to do with it. That hasn't been like anything like as effective over on that left-hand side as he was in the first half.
So the Spaniards will certainly push on for an equaliser. They're doing that now as Lopez played that ball into the penalty area, and Luis Bilbao saw it run away from him.
Yeah, it was actually good defending there from Seamus Coleman. He spotted the run and tucked himself in and just got across the attacker there.
And then gave the ball away subsequently. And here's Rego for Palacian. Isabodo. Rego again. They're certainly playing with a renewed confidence, the Athletic Club.
Yes, this could be a long 8.5 minutes or so for us.
Yeah, you can see they're anxious to get on with every dead ball situation as well, in the hope that they can get something from this game. And Everton determined to hold on to what they've got, as Isabodo slips but quickly regains his balance and back on his feet to try and take on Campbell. Campbell staying on his feet. Isabodo pulls the ball back for Luis Bilbao, who's going to have a crack, and it's not too far wide of Krelin's right-hand post.
Yeah, I mean, again, you could see what he was trying to do. He was Isabodo again, just teasing and tormenting our back four there, and then eventually slides the ball across to Bilbao, and he just opens his body up and he's trying to find that far corner. Say patient play.
Yeah.
First touch, just get that half a yard and try and whip it across there, but thankfully for us the ball goes wide.
Everton have it with McAllister here, quickly closed down. No free kick, well there is now. Following the challenge from Bongi Menor.
Just a different angle of it here. Bilbao just tries, I mean it's a couple of yards wide, so there's no real huge danger, but you could see what he was trying to do.
I think he's been a bit more central in the second half, Luis Bilbao as well, and has probably been more of a threat.
Yeah, I'd agree with you.
Now Everton with a threat of their own in Lewis Dobbin, weaving his way into the box but just couldn't get past the second man.
I think that's just recognising the situation you're in there for Lewis there. He's got himself down the right hand side, down towards the byline, didn't need to try and cut back, just put a cross in the box.
Yeah,
it's up to, if nobody's there to tap it in, have a go at the centre forward.
Ball just kept in play. Campbell facing his own goal, turns it back to Billy Krellin. Krellin for McAllister.
Deary me, boys, deary
Everton
me.
are playing dangerously on the edge of their own 18-yard box. McAllister. And that's a
lovely touch.
Nice little flick from Lewis Dobbin up towards Coleman, and then tried to bring in Dixon. Everton's progress is halted. Isabodo's made a good run forward if they can find him, but Krellin read the situation well and was playing sweeper outside of his box.
He took a risk there, Billy, and it's thankfully come off for him, but no, he's done well there. Quite right, a little bit like a sweeper with gloves.
I suppose in these conditions it's a bit tricky. Ball held up a little bit in the breeze. Well, it's more than a breeze.
It's like a typhoon up here.
Here's Coleman, Godfrey and Keane. Certainly looks like those three are going to see out the 90 minutes.
Yeah, it won't do any of them any harm.
Long ball forward again as the offside flag is raised. Yeah,
I think the manager will be pleased to see all three of those senior players get 90 minutes under their belt, especially Seamus, obviously, with the amount of time he's been out injured. It will have done him the world of good in what's been a really competitive second half, especially.
Yeah, there's been a fair bit of defending for them to be involved in. All three of those senior players. I suppose we can almost class Lewis Dobbin as one of the seniors.
Well, yeah, I suppose so now, yeah. And certainly in forward positions, Lewis, as we mentioned, first half, not so much second half, but first half he was a real threat.
Well, we're inside the final 5 minutes of the 90, and Everton's lead is intact. And here is Callum Bates playing the ball forward towards Lewis Dobbin, who'll get on the end of it. An opportunity here maybe for Everton. Dobbin, can he get a shot away? He's got a tight angle now as he's forced outside of the penalty area in the end. There were a couple of blue jerseys in the box. Bates got forward to support. Okoronkwo was in there, but Dobbin initially was alone. And now here's Lopez for Athletic Club. Coleman sticking to Lopez. Isabodo wanting it on the right hand side. Receiving. Talasi for Athletic, still in possession. Everton with more defending to do. Isabodo again, right-footed delivery, defended by Keane, off his head, picked up by Rego. The turn from Lewis Bilbao, trying to get a shot away on his left foot once more, and still not clear as far as Everton are concerned, but they will avert any further danger because they have a free kick.
Yeah, dangerous moments again, and Bilbao again then just trying to get it on his left foot and get a shot off, but the block came in. So resolute defending, and as you'd understand, I mean, expect Athletic Club are throwing everybody forward as much as they possibly can. The one good thing for us is if we can just get hold of the football, we might just find a few gaps. So this is either ending 1-1 or 2-0 to us, I would guess.
Yes. Brave prediction.
Yeah, with 3 minutes to go, it is a brave prediction. Maybe I'll stick to the one. Sorry, Al, sorry.
Donna Bayeta off and Sola on. So free kick for Everton inside the final 3 minutes of the 90. Long it goes from Krellin. Okoronkwo jumped, and it's going to be an Everton throw in because it did come off the Athletic player's head in the end. Confirmation of that latest change from the visitors.
I mean, this is about game management now, recognising that there's 2 minutes plus whatever injury, added on time gets added on. Game management, keep the ball in the corner, play your percentages, don't take stupid chances.
Yep, Everton have got Athletic where they want them at the moment in terms of territory, and if they can keep them down there, the job is done.
Correct. Just run that clock down.
The ball picked up eventually by Lewis Bilbao, and then a challenge from Campbell taking the ball out of play. So Athletic's throw on this near side off the head of Bates, laid off by Lopez though for Athletic. Good turn by Dixon, and off he goes into space right hand side, and it's a confident run from Roman Dixon, and he's got a ball into the penalty area. Nobody initially on the end of it, and then McAllister on the half volley hits it very, very high over the crossbar. from distance. Good run from Dixon.
Yeah, Dixon's, I told you, he's got plenty of pace about him, Roman Dixon, so it was a really, really strong run from him. I mean, the ultimate professional in you says you should have gone to the corner flag, but...
Yeah, I thought he was heading for that.
Well, I thought he was heading for it, but then all of a sudden he got himself half a yard, didn't he? And he thought to himself, well, I'll try and put across him, but the game's about running that clock down as we stand now.
Yeah, inside the final minute of the 90. And Everton on course for victory. Here's Bilbao. Coleman well positioned to head that into the path of Roman Dixon. Dixon's ball is a loose one and picked up by Rego, who's been fouled, and there's going to be another yellow card here, and it's coming McAllister's way. Sean McAllister booked.
I think that was always on the cards. Once the foul was committed, he was always going to be given a yellow card. 3 minutes added on.
Stoppage time at the end of the game. 3 minutes for Everton to see it through. And they will defend this one on the edge of their 18-yard box. Free kick is played into the path of Lewis Bilbao, and his attempted cross drifts behind for the goal kick, thankfully.
Yeah, thankfully for us, that remains harmless for us. And there's 2.5 minutes of the 3 left, and Billy Crowley won't be in any rush whatsoever to be taking this goal kick.
No, it was a cross that a couple of players were close to, but certainly not close enough from the Athletic Club perspective. And Everton's lead still intact. Another one for Okoronkwo to chase as the wind pushes it right towards the corner flag. And kept in play in the end. And Okoronkwo has got it into Lewis Dobbin. Good run by Dobbin again. Still has it somehow, and he's inside the 18-yard box, gets a shot away left-footed, and the keeper saves to give Everton a corner.
Again, as he's done all night, really positive football from Lewis Dobbin. This time finds himself initially looking like he'd given the ball away, but it fell back to him, and he drives forward, just takes it to the left-hand side of the defender and gets his shot off, but it's a comfortable height for the keeper, really.
Yeah, he wasn't giving it up, was he, Lewis Dobbin? Fighting to the very end.
Yeah. That's what I like. I like about him, because he's got one thought in his mind, and can I take a defender on? And he's been like that all night. And nearly got his second goal. Instead, he's got a bit of cramp instead.
He's got a bit of treatment. Final minute of stoppage time approaching. Might be a little bit more after it, following this stoppage.
Yeah.
So, what will Everton do with the corner?
Well, your percentages say play a short corner.
Yeah.
Get somebody out there and just try and keep that ball and run that clock down.
Seamus Coleman's in demand.
Yep, where it's an unbelievable opportunity for some of these youngsters to come along who don't normally get the opportunity maybe to go to Goodison Park and certainly get up close to their heroes.
Yeah. Right, Lewis Dobbin's okay, we're back underway, and Everton attempting to keep the ball very much inside the Athletic Club half. There's another yellow card being shown here.
Yeah, it's getting a little bit little feisty towards the end of the game, with frustration for the Athletic players just creeping into the game.
I don't think that's Barry that was booked, because he went off
They
earlier.
do well to be getting booked since he's been off 10 minutes.
We'll find out who that yellow card was brandished at, but never mind, it's late in the day, it's late in the game, and Everton have a 1-goal lead deep into stoppage time, and all they want to do is keep possession here.
Yep. And just get himself back in shape now. Last little piece of defending to be done to see this game out.
Everton trying to pick up with Callum Bates here. Isabodo, it was confirmed, the yellow card. Number 17 on his back. Here he is on the ball, and it will be a final opportunity as far as Athletic Club are concerned. It's turned inside. It's all behind the ball now for Everton in these closing seconds. A very final opportunity for the Spaniards.
The ball's got to go in.
That's Everton have done it. They've held on in this second half and they've won the game thanks to that Lewis Dobbins strike 5 minutes before half time. It was certainly a different second 45 minutes. Billy Krellin had a lot more to do than he did in the first period, but Everton did it well in the end, defended resolutely, as Graham said earlier, and a clean sheet sees Everton take the points in this first game of the Premier League International Cup, and it's good development for these lads. I know Everton had a few seniors out there today in Coleman, Godfrey and Keane, and they were needed really in that second half, Graham.
Yeah, they were. I mean, their experience was important. I mean, I'm just seeing the pictures here. It's getting a little bit feisty, as we mentioned, towards the end of the game, and there's a few players just squaring up to each other, but hopefully it's handbags at dawn and we don't need any of this nonsense going on. But certainly, yeah, I mean, it's a positive result for us. That's the main thing. You have to say Athletic Club were excellent second half. I think they had a real go and were probably the better side, you'd have to say, second half. But it was Lewis Dobbins' goal that makes the difference on the night, and it was an excellent finish. It was a goal that was worthy of a winning goal for us.
Yeah, it was probably his performance, was worthy in terms of him getting the winner as well.
Yeah, very much so. I mean, we see the goal coming up here. Initially, it's good work from Okoronko. He's nice and strong and powerful. Cuts inside and he picks out Sean McAllister. And Sean McAllister knows Dobbins to his left-hand side, and he just waits the ball so that Lewis can walk straight onto it. And it's a wonderful finish.
That was the goal that won it for Everton on a very blustery night and difficult conditions for those players to negotiate. But Everton have negotiated it successfully and come away with the victory, and they will take on Monaco next week in this competition next Tuesday evening. Whether we see senior players in that one remains to be seen, but they are working their way back to full fitness, as far as Seamus Coleman is concerned. It's been a very good 90 minutes for him, and in the end a very good result for Everton.
Yeah, very much so. I mean, the most important thing is always the result if you're wanting to progress, but on top of that, it's always nice to see people like Seamus coming back to full fitness and getting 90 minutes under the belt. Ben and Michael Keane to come through with 90 minutes as well, because they really not played too much football this season, either of them. So all in all, there's some good performances for the managers to see as well. Lewis Dobbin especially, as we've mentioned, all the way through the game. But all in all, a pretty good night's work.
And thanks for your company, Graham. As always, wonderfully done. Good to see you.
Thank you, Al. My pleasure.
See you again, and we wish the first team all the best, of course, at the weekend. I hope you've enjoyed the coverage today here from Walton Hall Park. Everton have beaten Athletic Club by 1-0 as shirts are being handed out to a few of the fans here. But we will sign off with this scoreline. Everton Under-21s 1, Athletic Club from Spain 0.